Yo, what is going on, you snitch and shellmet? Before we get into today's video, I do want to mention that I did just drop my first ever merch. I'm wearing the Rat Pack shirt right now. Link will be in the description. If you don't know what the Rat Pack is, you should go check out the Twitch stream more often, twitch.tv/AzulGG. But yeah, check out the merch. Link in the description. First link in the description. Today, playing some games with Spiritomb. So if you guys don't know how Spiritomb has been run as of late, it did actually get a big buff from battle styles, but for the past, I don't know, 3 months or so, or since Spikemuth came out, which I don't remember when that was, the way you play the deck is you get Spiritomb in play, you get a Cape of Toughness on it, you get Spikemuth in play, and then you kind of run your Spiritombs around with switches and Bird Keepers, which we played 3 of the Bird Keepers in here for switch. Hiding Energy. Whenever our active Pokemon goes to our bench while Spikemuth is in play, they take 2 damage counters, and then Cape of Toughness gives our Pokemon plus 50 HP. So this effectively is 110 HP, so it can hit for 310 damage if there's 10 damage counters on it, which is pretty big number. We can't one hit KO the big VMAXs like Eternatus and stuff. We can always 2-hit KO those, and then we could hit one hit KO like a Victini VMAX, but it's pretty hard to get to 10 damage counters. I'm not gonna lie, getting to 10 is pretty difficult. So we're usually 2-hit KOing the VMAXs unless it's like a Dragapult, and then 1-hit KOing pretty much everything else. And one of the reasons this deck got so good as of late is Escape Rope. Escape Rope is insane for the deck. Not only does it give you more switching outs on your side, but it also forces your opponent to switch, which means it gives us a lot easier access to prize cards turn to turn, and we can just kind of push our opponent's active out of the way every time until we build up enough damage in play to actually take those big one-hit KOs. So if we're up against Eternatus, they only have 1 VMAX in play. Escape Rope is always going to give us something with less HP that we can potentially KO. So Escape Rope kind of made this deck pretty insane. I think it's pretty strong right now. I don't think it's like broken or anything, but it puts Spiritomb on the map for sure. Now this list, full credit to this list for this list goes to Stefano Bassis. I don't know if I pronounced the last name right. They won the Limitless tournament, which is a very big weekly tournament of the PTCGO tournaments. They won a big Limitless, they won the Limitless Weekly, which is a big tournament lately. And I was working on my own build of Spiritomb. I hadn't quite had it all flushed out yet. And then they went ahead and won this tournament. I was like, well, I could keep working on where I'm at right now, or I could just kind of copy them, which is always fine to just go ahead and copy someone, especially when the list has such success. And I was like, yeah, this list is definitely better than where I was at. So let's work with this and let's see how it continues to feel. So far, it has felt great. Super aggressive list with the Crobat and the Dene. I was trying to play no 2 prizers, but it wasn't working out too well. Oricorio, of course, in here, because 1 prize Pokemon. Love to be comboed with Oricorio, Mew to protect our bench, Marshadow for Swell. Only 1 Jinx, which I was a little skeptical of at first, but the more I've played it, as long as you don't prize the Jinx, it feels fine. You have a ton of access to it through level balls and quick balls, so as long as you don't prize the Jinx, it's like fine that you only play 1 Jinx. But when you do prize it, it does hurt quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie, especially when you have Scoop Up Net in the deck to combo with it. Always kind of having access to a Jinx is a pretty big deal. So that's one thing I'd maybe want to bump up to 2, and I'd maybe be fine with cutting the Marshadow, to be honest, because Swell really isn't that popular right now. And then 2 Jirachis with Stellar Wish, giving you a card to kind of switch in and out between that can also help you find good cards. And that's basically the list. Yeah, Escape Rope is why Spiritomb is so good right now. It gives you so many options, so much more ways to build up damage. And like I said, one of the biggest things is that can constantly push your opponent's active out of the way, force up something new, give you a free hit, right? So yeah, huge fan of the Escape Rope. That's a huge fan of that. And yeah, that's the build. Nothing else really to talk about. That's how it works, how it gets done. Let's go ahead and beat some opponents with some Spiritomb. Okay, so I'm not 100% decided if I like going first or second with the deck. The idea of going second means you can do like some big plays turn 1 to actually just get knockouts early on with Spiritomb. And I don't think I mind benching the Spiritomb play around reset stamp. But I guess now because I get Escape Rope into the active. But to be honest, if I top like a Spikemuth, it wouldn't be that bad. I have so many switching cards in my hand. I'm just like, I don't know if it really matters. But you can do some big plays turn 1 with Spiritomb by just going just like a bunch of switch cards, Escape Rope, force up something small, get a big or get a knockout, or get a big knockout, even depending on what our opponent has set up. So yeah, I think I like a Spiritomb, opening the Spiritomb, but I'm not 100% sure. This opening start is they are playing Dragapult. We'll see. They're digging deep for an energy here, so we need to get some Capes of Toughness or just not build Spite. That's another way we can kind of play around this scenario. Just don't build Spite. There's a Power Plant, which is annoying because we don't want Power Plant there. There's an Escape Rope on me, but I can Bird Keeper back to the Jirachi. No problem. There's a Cape, so that's really good. Back. Wish. Spikemuth, sure. Oh, Spikemuth. Bench. Attach. Net. Send up. Cape. Then we can retreat. This is the retreat play I was talking about. Where we retreat, we take the damage. Start building up. Stellar Wish again. Grab a level ball. I want to bench another Jirachi. I kind of do, but I have to net it out of play basically. So I'm gonna grab the Jinx so we can maybe go really big on damage here. I'm gonna go Escape Rope. Our opponent will be forced to send something else up. I assume they're gonna send up the Celebi. No, they're going with the Urshifu, so we can maybe actually KO the Urshifu here. Switch back into Jirachi. Yeah, we can maybe get this KO on this Urshifu, which would be great. We do need a little bit more damage, but we can. I think we can get there. Oh, probably not with this hand. Yeah, probably not with this hand. This hand is not the hand that's gonna KO an Urshifu, I don't think. Let's get another Spiritomb out of the deck. We have a Cape for it as well, which is great. Stellar Wish. Got a net, so we can hit, but we don't do quite enough damage to get the one-hit KO. It could still be correct to hit. I don't think I love the idea of just hitting, though. So this says how much HP left? 7. Bench a Tomb. Give it a Cape. So I think I can build in Spite. They don't look like they're playing a Zigzagoon build. So I don't think I have to be afraid of Zigzagoon, to be honest. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to posture off the Jirachi to the Spiritomb. And here's where I think we just pass. I could net and I could hit. Hitting here doesn't seem like it's that ridiculously good. I would almost rather it become a VMAX. Because if I hit it, they might not make it a VMAX anymore. They could even like strafe if they wanted to. Although strafe doesn't seem that good. But I think it's just better overall if I just kind of pass here. Like I could hit it, but then they don't VMAX it. So if they want to VMAX it to hit with the VMAX this turn, that's a little bit of a different of a story. But if they don't do that, then it's just kind of ooh, another power plant already, and our only draw support in the hand is the Oricorio. But this Spiritomb does currently one-hit KO the Dragapult, so we're kind of in a spot where we already got this Dragapult dealt with, especially with the Marnie there. They could play, now they could play Zigzagoon. It just looks like they're not playing a Zigzagoon build. I feel like most builds just don't play Zigzagoon of the Dragapult Urshifu, so might just be in a really good spot. They're splitting their energy, playing around my boss, but I have a boss in the hand. We need a switch card at this point. Let's go ahead and grab one of those. There's an escape rope that works perfectly. Escape rope, and then we have the boss to KO the Dragapult. And I'm not gonna lie, this one is looking. Wait, how much damage are we doing right now? We're doing 5, 6. So that's 180, 190. So that does more than enough to KO that. Let's go ahead and knock it out. Boss. Attach to the backup Spiritomb. Build Spite here for sure. If I took one off, this would be 4. Wait, 5. We're at 5. We need to go to 6, right? Yeah, we need to go to 6. Building Spite. Let's go to 6. Wait, can I do it at 5? I'm like losing my mind right now. I could have done it at 5 actually. So we can actually 5, 150, 160. Okay, yeah. So 5 actually works. So I can actually Ominous Posture from here to here. Leave this one on the Jirachi to Ominous Posture off later to this Spiritomb. And then go ahead and Anguish Cry. And it's possible that they do play Tool Scrapper and they could Scrapper this and actually go VMAX, KO both my Spiritombs. In which case it's that much better that I keep this damage around on my Jirachi to move off later. There's a Spikemuth off the prize card, so that's super sick for us. So yeah, once again, looking pretty good. Especially if they don't KO this Spiritomb. If they don't KO this Spiritomb, it's looking ridiculously good. If they do KO it, it's still not looking bad, to be honest. We're still looking like we're in a fine spot. But it will depend on what our opponent actually gets done here. And if they're able to, I don't know, set up the Dragapult. They're going with the Urshifu here, though. So it's going to be an Urshifu hit. We can hit it back, and then we have to try and clean it up with a 2-hit KO. We could also look for like a Escape Rope as an option, or Escape Rope Boss. Oh, and that's a whiff. So now we can definitely look for some kind of Escape Rope play. So let's throw this out. Play a level ball. We're going to lose a lot of Pokemon search cards here. We don't have bench space for Mew. We do have 3 Scoop Up Nets, though. Go ahead and fail this. We do want to get Mew down. I could retreat to a Spiritomb now and try and find a Scoop Up Net right now while I have a Quick Ball to find the Mew, which seems pretty good. Putting this to this much damage doesn't feel good, though, to be honest. Let's see if we can get it. So I wish no net. Huh. An Ordinary Rod, but there's nothing to Ordinary Rod for. No net. We could take the Bird Keeper and go into the other Spiritomb or the other Jirachi, which I think I like a little bit more. Then just go, because I have these 2 quick balls in my hand that I just won't have. If I just won't have these quick balls. Oh boy, we found the boss, but we can't use the boss. We got the escape rope though. The escape rope's still a really good play here because it forces up something else from our opponent, which is a way easier target here. So this is still good. The escape rope's still solid. So we get to KO this bat. Building Spite here doesn't seem all that good. We know it's gonna get knocked out anyways, though. I guess we'll go ahead and like Jirachi. I don't know, a damage or Jinx. My bad. From there to the Jinx, maybe. That'll maybe be fine. I don't actually know. And Anguish Cry for the knockout. Yeah, the double Jirachi's on the bench hurting us a little bit here. I'm not going to lie. Marshadow, it's not going to do a whole ton. There's a switch. Yeah, we're looking for that scoop up net. Yeah, I like the idea of just going, all right, Bird Keeper, Stellar Wish, because it makes us look like 8 cards deep into the deck. Who knows if we'll be able to get off another Stellar Wish if we do. Oof, there's a Marty. My hand was pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of stuff to get going. Okay, but here comes the attack. They will knock out double Spiritomb. I do wish I had my last hand. But this hand is not bad either. Got a scoop up net, which is, to be honest, a pretty big deal to like clean up our bench a little bit. And if we do find our 4th escape rope, there's 2 targets on the bench that are pretty easy to knock out. So a 4th escape rope here would be kind of sick. So I'm gonna go with the set up this Jirachi. I think I'm gonna be using a scoop up net. I wouldn't mind getting some damage out of play in this scenario, actually, to be honest. So I'll wish first. Grab the level ball. Play the level ball. I'm gonna check for there is escape rope in there, so we could go for the escape rope route, but also just like look for boss. They do still have the Dragapult online, so I have to worry about that as well. Scoop up net this Jirachi. Send up this. I maybe should have benched the Spiritomb and set up the Spiritomb, to be honest. I'll wish again, see what we get. Another scoop up net. Bench Spiritomb. I am going to bench. I'm gonna go Jinx this off to here. Bench new Jirachi. Pick up old Jirachi. Some of that damage out of place with the Dragapult is not as much of a threat. Is also pretty good. Found a research. So now we can be a little bit more aggressive with Spiritomb here. I think. Gonna quick ball away that. Grab ourselves the Spiritomb. Go. Switch, and then what do you use Jinx? Switch back, and then we have if we get the escape rope, this one go to the bench. This one get up to 3. I guess I should have done that differently so that this one had more damage. I should have done that. Yeah. By building Spite will be at 3, which is not enough to KO this thing, so we're 1 short on that. Could get some other combination of switch cards, I guess, to get there, but I almost think we haven't built Spite with either of them. I don't have to attach as well. We could wait for a hiding energy, which I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's what we should do, is wait for a hiding energy. So I'm just gonna go with the research, see if we get that hiding energy. Got the hiding, got the cape, got the Mew. The Mew doesn't really matter. We can go with hiding to the bench and look for the escape rope. So we can go like attach cape, attach hiding, quick ball away, Mew, because I don't think Mew matters anymore. Grab Marshadow, bump the stadium after we do that, and then we can try and get that escape rope off the Crobats. It's not super likely, to be honest, but only one way to try is to try. So bump that, retreat. Oh no, I was supposed to retreat first. I have already messed up. I've already messed up. And I got, oh my gosh. Love to see it. I was supposed to retreat first, get the damage. Then I got the escape rope, which means I would have KO'd the Dragapult. My inexperience with the deck is definitely showing right now. And I'll go ahead and throw this in play, I guess. Pass. Oops. All right, let's see what happens on this turn. My opponent does have the potential to make a comeback now due to my interesting plays, would be the best way to say it. But you saw what I was going for there. I just kind of got ahead of myself. I got 1 step ahead of myself there, using Marshadow before retreating. I even said it, just make sure we retreat first, and then I didn't do it. So does my opponent have Energy Boss in hand? If they have Energy Boss, I think we're gonna lose here. Actually, I think we'll be out of Spiritombs. We do have Ordinary Rod left, but I think we don't have enough resources to go for it. Comes a Crushing Hammer. That's fine. Here comes a Kricketune, and I think they have a Crobat. No, they have the boss. Well, we would have had him if I had sequenced correctly, but I got one step ahead of myself and Marshallowed. Yeah, and they'll take out these two, and I think that means we will just lose. Like I said, I do have an Ordinary Rod. I could maybe still make this work, actually. We need to like top deck Ordinary Rod, but we're out of Quick Ball. Oh, we have 2 Quick Ball left. Okay, we can actually still make this work. Believe it or not, we can just KO this Celebi to win the game. So it's still possible. The Stellar Wish has to be pretty good. I think they're debating Jirachi or Spiritomb here. Oh no, apparently not. Okay, so set up Jirachi. We can still win. It's still winnable, actually. I put myself in quite the spot, but it is still winnable. Scoop up net. Okay, Stellar Wish. There's the Ordinary Rod. Scoop up net. Send up Jinx. Bench. Oh, maybe I should have sent something else up, actually. I shouldn't have sent up the Jinx, because now the Jinx will have more damage on it. I can remove one off of the Jinx with Jinx, but... Escape Rope. Back into the Jirachi. Try and find a Quick Ball. Okay, go. I should send up, like, the Crobat or something to take some damage. But I guess actually they win... Well, they win with this on Crobat or Dennet. But this being in the active now is pretty good for us. They probably should... Well, I guess maybe they can't retreat the Kricketune. Alright. Stellar Wish. Quick Ball. Alright. Grab the Quick Ball. All away. Dark Energy. How many switch cards do we have left? We have 1 switch, so we can grab Oricorio. And we have to Oricorio into Switch and Spiritomb. Just the Pokemon. We can get 2 Spiritombs. We have to get ourselves into Switch and Spiritomb or Switch and Quick Ball with Oricorio here. Let's go for it. We only have 1 switch left. Switch. No, Spiritomb. That was actually insanely close. That's actually kind of funny. Still have the boss in hand. Still have 3 ounces Spiritomb in the deck. I think I might just go attached to Crobat. And then we're going to Jinx this damage counter off Jinx over to Crobat. Should be fine. They can't actually draw 2 prize cards this turn, I don't think. So we maybe just win next turn with Crobat attacking. I think I'm just going to hold the hand and pass. Yeah, my opponent still might not be able to win. We'll see. Like I said, I don't think they play Zigzagoon, but if they have Zigzagoon, they can knock out the Jinx. They can knock out the Jirachi. So I dug myself quite a hole here, but we're still in it as of right now. As long as my opponent doesn't make anything crazy happen that I don't see coming. Crushing Hammer, would be annoyed. But yeah, our Crobat with Venomous Fang, we could get the knockout on the Celebi. Okay, there is a Marnie. Got Boss. Got Quick Ball. There's nothing to grab with the Quick Ball. Got Research, which doesn't give us anything to grab either, I don't think. They could also just like not take a knockout here, but I guess that would be kind of strange because it doesn't seem like it does a whole ton for them to not take a knockout here. If they do take a knockout though, it does give us access to Dance of Tribute, which is maybe why they wouldn't want to. And maybe just wait for VMAX KO, which makes sense actually, to be honest. So let's see here. I'm gonna Quick Ball away one of these Spiritombs. We can't win this turn anymore, I don't think. I have the boss. I could get the switch theoretically off of Stellar Wish to move the Jirachi. I don't have an energy. They're both in the deck. So I think we just fail that. I can bench a Spiritomb safely here, I think, as well. Just don't build Spite on it. Go ahead and research. Yeah, and then we have game next turn with the Crobat play because we have everything we would need in our hand. I can even attach an extra energy to the Crobat to try and get it ahead of Crushing Hammers, which makes sense. Don't want to put a special energy down because of the fan. Last card is a switch. I don't know. I can Jinx away a damage here just in case they play 1 Zigzagoon. Jinx away damage here to here, I guess. We'll do that. And yeah, we'll see. Does my opponent have it this time? Do they have VMAX or Switch plus energy for the Urshifu and a boss to draw the 2 prize cards? Very heads up play from my opponent, though, to not knock out my Jirachi. They knock out my Jirachi, they give me access to that Dance of Tribute, which can make things that much worse for them. There's the energy. Do they have Switch and boss? And it looks like they probably do. Gonna go ahead and ship the Spiritomb here. And we'll see what they send up. But yeah, it looks like they probably got it. So my own mistakes being the the killer here for me. All I had to do was retreat first and then use the Marshadow and then play Escape Rope, and I win the game. Got a little bit ahead of myself. Played the Marshadow first, but still had an interesting end there. We almost were able to pull it back once again. Yeah, really heads up play for my opponent to not take the knockout there, not give me access to Oricorio, knowing they could win the game next turn anyways. We end up with an L here, but we know our mistakes, and that's the important part. So let's get into the next one. All right, here we go again. Gonna go second because like we can have those explosive turn ones. But I could see definitely the argument for wanting to go first with this deck now, because you have so many more outs to Spiritomb. That was like one reason I didn't like going first before with Spiritomb, was because you'd go first and then you just couldn't find Spiritomb. You had 4 quick ball in there and there just wasn't enough. My opponent has opened Empoleon, which is really annoying because its ability says all of our Pokemon don't have abilities. If they do bench something here though, we do have Escape Rope, so that would be fine. It looks like they are playing Rapid Strike here, probably with the Coco Prism. So it's Rapid Strike, Coco Prism. Yeah, as long as they don't bench another Empoleon, we will be just fine because we can Escape Rope, force us up, and then kind of go from there. So we'll start with Stellar Wish. Oh no, we can't start with Stellar Wish. We'll start with Escape Rope, then we'll Stellar Wish. And then if we have to go Quick Ball for Crobat or then we can do that as well. It'll be fine. Yeah, get their fighting energy down. Good for them. We do need to get Mew into play. We don't have to get it in play this turn though, because our opponent did not attach to an Urshifu. I guess we should still get it in play though, because they do play. I could actually even go like this. Spike Myth, Escape Rope. Then we can switch back and build up some more damage on the Spiritomb. Still be in like the exact same spot we're in. But yeah, I guess they do play the Coco, so I probably should get Mew into play, to be honest. Probably should get Mew into play. All right, Stellar Wish. If we get a draw supporter, that is a boss. Could grab the boss and quick ball it away. I don't hate that, but I also don't like losing bosses. But there's the energy in hand for turn that I would like to put in play this turn. So yeah, let's go like this. And then we will Crobat because we thin out our whole hand here. So there's no reason to use the Dene when we can use Crobat as long as it's in there, and it is. Our Mew is there as well. Yeah, they can do the Coco Prism to pull off a G-Max Rapid Flow next turn. So we probably should, just to be safe, put Mew in play if we can find it. And hopefully we will be able to find it. Not found it yet. Have not found it yet. If I do Escape Rope, switch Escape Rope, could still Dede change. So let's build our Spite first. Switch. Escape Rope. And we could get to the point where we KO this Empoleon. So I don't think they're going to send up Empoleon. They have to pretty much send him to Dedenne, which is that much easier of a knockout. And yeah, Empoleon does not stop Crobat or Dedenne. So this guy's built up quite a bit. Built up quite a bit. We do need to find Mew still. No Mew. No, we did find the Mew. We haven't actually played a draw supporter yet, or a supporter yet. So we can go. Ooh. Well, we've already built Spite. We can get up to 6. That's not enough. But we can go. We don't. I mean, I do want to put Mew in play. Escape Rope one more time, and then Boss KO the Dedenne, I guess, has to be our play, which really isn't that good of a play, to be honest. It's like very okay. No, I would rather just like draw supported like a Bird Keeper here, even though Bird Keeper almost KOs our Jirachi. That still feels better. So yeah, it's not great. Yeah, having Crobat and Dedenne in play also not great, believe it or not. So here we go with the Escape Rope. We'll see what they send up. I have to ship this. I should put Mew in play because, yeah, we can't get the knockout on this thing. I can Boss KO the Dedenne, which I think we will do, right? Yeah, let's go do that. And to be safe, I should probably grab the Mew. I don't want to put Mew in play when we have this clogged of a bench, but I don't really see any two ways around it. So Anguish Cry for the knockout because they do play that Coco Prism. They could like go KO double Spiritombs, and then I'm in big trouble. Big trouble. So gotta play it like this, unfortunately, which is not ideal, but it'll have to do. Yeah, here comes that Empoleon, planning to use that Swirl and Slice. They could always whiff the double energy, the Rapid Strike energy. Oh my gosh, thank goodness we put the Mew in play. Scroll of Swirls. I mean, it would have built up our Spiritomb, I guess, at the very least. But yeah, Scroll of Swirls, not what I expected at all. But yeah, so it does 30 damage to each of our Pokemon. Could be really bad. Ooh, drag up on the Spiritomb. That's probably a good sign, I would imagine. I have to imagine they don't have a whole ton going on if they're using that. There's a Crobat grab. Trying to thin out the hand, I guess, a little bit, but that means, yeah, I never like those kind of plays because, I mean, it doesn't do a whole ton, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't do a whole ton. You do what you just did, but that's really not that much. And yeah, there's a whiff, so we're in a really good spot now. We can go escape rope, switch, retreat to build up a ton of damage on both Spiritombs. Could even make sure I boss KO this thing. So we can go escape rope. They'll send up the Crobat here for sure. I cannot imagine them sending up the Urshifu. And we send this up. They both take some hits. We can build up that Spite on both. And right now I'm at 6, which just means we're doing 190. But if I switch to the bench, build up some more, attach, retreat back to the one that has the more damage, and now this one gets more damage, and then we boss up, knock out this, we're actually just in an incredible spot now. So this is knocked out. This one has 6 damage counters. Their only reasonable attacker is Empoleon, which is worth 2 prize cards, which means we knock it out and we would win the game. Or if we knock it out, we'd win the game. So we're just in an incredible spot right now. All we need is an energy for this Spiritomb. That's basically all we're missing here. Right? Yeah, so all we're missing here is an energy for this Spiritomb. And this is why Escape Rope is insane with Spiritomb. I think this game is a perfect example of why Escape Rope is bonkers in Spiritomb. You just keep forcing up awkward things from your opponent, extra switch cards to get them more damage in play. It's just crazy good with Spiritomb and opens up so many lines of play so consistently. Yeah, it's just insane. It's just insane. It's crazy. It's wild. I love it. It makes the deck so much better. But yeah, we're really close to closing this one out. We have all the damage we need on this Spiritomb. Even if we were to whiff, we have so much time. Our opponent has 6 prize cards with no real major threats established. They don't have any Urshifu Vs in play. So we're just in a really, really good spot. We still have our Mew set up to protect us. Even after our unfortunate, it's not even, it wasn't like a rough start. Like we still got to kind of do what we want to, but it's an unfortunate start because we had to put down to Dedenne and Crobat, which is not great. It's not the worst thing ever. We've survived so far with it. But yeah, obviously it's not optimal. You don't have them for the late game. They clog your bench. So all those things, all those factors kind of stink. But at the end of the day, it's still working out here in this one because we're still ahead. Our opponent is in an extremely rough spot. Here comes a boss on my Mew and a concede. So there we go. A dub. And let's go ahead and get another one of those. All right, here we go again. We did win the coin flip once again, so we will be choosing to go second. That does kind of set us up best to get some early aggressive turn 1 plays like you saw in that last game that we were able to pull off with that early KO into the Dedenne. And that kind of snowballed really well from us when our opponent had a pretty rough start. So we were able to be super aggressive early and then just keep up with the aggression and close it out pretty fast. Maybe we can do something similar here in this one. Let's see. The Jirachi start. We're getting, I'm not going to lie, we're getting kind of fortunate with these Jirachi starts. We play 2 Jirachi. We don't play a lot of Jirachi. There's only 2 of them in here. And we've been hitting them like we play 4. We've been opening with Jirachi like we play 4 of them. Sometimes, I guess, less is more maybe in this scenario. All right. So still solid start, right? Got a solid start here. See where it goes. Got a double quick ball. We need to get Mew out if they get the attachment turn 1. If they don't get the attachment turn 1, we don't need Mew. They could surprise us by playing the Coco build, but the Coco build is not super popular, so I'm not going to bet on that. And even if they are playing the Coco build, pulling off the Coco play is pretty difficult because you do need, like, you know, Coco, you need the energy in the discard pile, you need to find the Rapid Strike energy and find the VMAX, so it's a lot more to do than just VMAX and energies. You gotta find the Coco and get the lightning in the discard pile. So they did whiff, so a little bit more aggressive. So we're gonna go, I'll use this first, grab a Spiritomb. Then I think I'll Stellar Wish. I think we'll just grab the cape. Or we could grab another switch card, which I'm actually leaning towards wanting another switch card actually instead. Because like hitting super hard in this matchup doesn't really do a whole ton, to be honest. Pull the switch card. And then throw it on Spiritomb. Spike Muth. Net. Which I do need to find a card to quick ball away here though. So, or we could just grab a level ball, but that's like less good, I guess, but that's fine. Level ball. Grab Spiritomb. Quick ball. Grab Spiritomb. 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 Then I will play the escape rope. It'll build some damage on our Jinx to move around. And then I assume our opponent will send up a Jirachi because they don't want to risk a Urshifu getting knocked out, which we could definitely pull off. But I'm also just fine knocking out a Jirachi here, to be honest. And we'll send up this one. because it can like knock out the Jirachi if we get an energy. I'm not sure if I sequenced that all correctly, to be honest. Not gonna lie, it seemed a little bit iffy all around. But I think I did a pretty good job there. Definitely an awkward scenario. We got a hiding energy, but we definitely just want this knockout, I think. Got a ton of switch cards in the hand for next turn. This off to there. And let's get this knockout. Could just build up more damage. Now, the knockout's probably still correct. I don't want to level ball for Mew yet because my opponent could go boss KO the Mew immediately. So we're just going to go ahead and Anguish Cry. I don't want to get it right now because I don't want my opponent to go attach, knock it out. I want to like hit their Urshifu that has the energy on it while they could go for the boss KO, and then I would be able to KO it and they wouldn't be able to actually, or make it more awkward for them. Buy a little time, I guess. Make it a little bit more awkward for them. Current hand's really good though. We could even go for a boss play next turn instead of going for like a knockout on an Urshifu, which would be fine. Ooh, the Zigzagoon. So we do have to be careful of Zigzagoon. If we build up too much damage on our... Oh, do they have like 3 nests in hand or something? They just put a damage on my active Spiritomb there with the Zigzagoon. If I was them, I wouldn't have even grabbed Zigzagoon. Oh, they can go for a strafe play now. Okay, maybe that's what they're looking for. Looking for that strafe play. That could be it. That could be it. I was like, at first I was like, whoa, what are you doing here? But a strafe play wouldn't be terrible here. Builds up the energy, removes the threat. Now I could get a big boss play on the strafe away, but if I don't, it is pretty good. And I would need quite a big boss play, to be honest. So I actually like this. There's a Marnie as well to disrupt my very good hand, to be honest. My hand was very, very good. We'll see what they give us off the strafe as well. We did prize the Spiritomb, which might hurt us quite a bit later on. We'll have to see how the game goes. There's that strafe. Send up this Spiritomb, escape rope into our Jirachi. Stellar Wish is probably going to be our play. They're just going to give us the Zigzagoon. Okay. Send up this. Darkness energy. That's great. Building Spites. Knocking out their Zigzagoon. They probably only play the one, so once we knock that out, we don't have to worry about Zigzagoon anymore. Escape rope. See what they give us. Probably the Jirachi. I don't think they want to give us a 2 prize card Pokemon, especially when it's so easy for us to potentially get to that knockout. We can now Stellar Wish. Did get the boss. And this thing has 200 left, so we're a little bit short on the boss. But I would rather knock out anything else besides their active, so I'm going to grab another escape rope here. Yeah, I'm going to grab another escape rope. Could go net Jirachi. First we could go net Jirachi, escape rope back to Jirachi, and then get a switcher and net to move the Jirachi again after getting another Stellar Wish off. I think I like that, so we can go... Oh my goodness, what are we doing? Net Jirachi, and I want to kill the Zigzagoon, so we want to do this like this as well, I think. We go ahead, bench this, escape rope, and I'm sure they will send up Goon here. They might not, but then we can get 2 prize cards. Okay, so now we send this up. This takes more damage, which is great. Attach here. Play the research. Okay. Here we go. That, got some switches, got some escape ropes. We did not find out to Mew, which we really need. So let's Stellar Wish into an out to the Mew. Oh no. No Mew. What are we gonna do? Draw supporter for next turn, I guess. Very unfortunate to not find it out to Mew. Maybe it was a little bit greedy by not grabbing the what's it called there, but I didn't want to give them a chance to knock it out that turn. So I didn't want to grab Mew then. Still, it was probably correct the play I made. But now it just looks like I'm getting punished. Now it just looks like I'm getting punished here for not grabbing Mew with that level ball before. But I had good reasons for it. I didn't want to grab it then, because if I grab it then and they just have the boss VMAX knockout, it's like kind of bad. Spiritomb off the prize cards is going to be great to help us kind of reset up here, which is what we really need here. We need to reset up here. We are in a pretty bad spot overall. We need some time. We need some time. As long as they also need the VMAX. They also need the energy. If they don't have those, we could be okay. They don't have the VMAX. They don't have the energy. But they're playing like they got it. So now we're probably going to lose. But we'll see. Hopefully we don't. But it's not looking good. Yeah, they knock out 2 Spiritombs. Now we lose all of our damage. And the Marnie, no. Our 8-card hand down the drain. So unfortunate. Okay, we drew Quick Ball. Got the Jirachi still. We got some good cards for a Spiritomb as well. So not terrible. but yeah, losing all that damage on both of our Spiritombs is pretty painful. It's gonna get rough. We did get the Spiritomb out of the prize card, so that is like definitely a big plus here. Oricorio is not bad as well. Let's start with that. Try and draw ourselves into a draw supporter. Draw supporter there. I do kind of want a research though. I think we want a little bit more than what a Birdkeeper would give us. We can get that. No, but I found an ordinary rod, which is not bad. Rod back in. I almost just want the Spiritombs. I don't think I want the energy. Yeah, it just be one. I want to find hiding energy. I want to be a little bit more aggressive, I feel like. Quick ball away. What is he? Spike Must, I think. Grab that Spiritomb. We do want to try and hit this turn for like a reasonable amount of damage. Birdkeeper into it. Birdkeeper into Spiritomb. That is not good. That is not good at all. We needed like more Spiritombs and stuff. I guess it could attach us here to present a strafe knockout. We're gonna retreat into this Spiritomb now and hopefully find some way to build up some more damage. Because was it triple cape, double cape? Oh my gosh, a level ball's not terrible because it does get us another Spiritomb to build up, but it's not good because we're not attacking this turn now. Yeah, that was a really unfortunate draw off the Birdkeeper. Not a lot of things that we're looking for. And pass over to my opponent, who now has full control over the game, I think, at this point. If they don't have a boss here, if they don't have boss, definitely not in the worst spot ever. If they have boss, we're in a pretty bad spot. If they just KO this active Jirachi, I think this is still very winnable. Do need them to not have that card, though, so we'll see or whether or not they have that. But if they don't have the boss KO on one of the Spiritombs, theoretically this one, we can still be in an okay spot here. It really depends on what they got here. There's the net. We still have the Mew in the deck as well. There's the boss, though, so I think this one is just about done. We'll stick it out just to see, but I'm pretty sure we're going to lose. All right, I'm set up the Spiritomb initially, attach the hiding energy. If I can move it, gain some more damage. But I think this one is just about cooked. We'll see. The boss. Good. Good to have the boss. Retreat. I don't see how we ever win this game. Stellar Wish. Birdkeeper's okay, I think. Birdkeeper to Spiritomb. 1, 2, 3. We need to put down Mew or we just kind of lose. Is the scenario, I think. But then I'm going to switch to this. Let's see. Do we have Scoop Up Nets left? We do have 2. I think I need to get a Scoop Up Net, get another Spiritomb in play, and get the what's called on the bench. So we have to try and get... let me grab Spiritomb. We have to try and get... Oh my gosh, I priced 2 Scoop Up Net. Well, that wasn't even possible. I guess I just didn't check my prize cards. All right, Stellar Wish, give me a switch card now. All right, Escape Rope's good. We can work with that. Escape Rope, yeah. Apparently, we prized our last 2 Scoop Nets. So it was never possible for me to get a Scoop Net there. But that's what you get for not checking your prize cards, or what I get for not checking my prize cards. You guys couldn't have checked them. Escape Rope, what are they going to send active? And can we KO it? Is going to be the question. I'm sure they're debating sending up this, thinking I maybe just can't get the knockout. And they guessed correctly. I cannot get the knockout. I am 1 damage counter short. Wait, did I build? Actually, we can get the knockout. Okay, building Spite. Ominous Posture from here to here. Okay, hold up. We can get this knockout. And I think I have to put down Mew here. I have to put down Mew here. And then Anguish Cry. And next turn, we need a crazy turn that ends with Spiritomb knocking out their Crobat. It has to be an insane turn. Our last 2 prize cards are Scoop Up Nesto, so I don't think it's going to happen. We needed some way to like pick stuff up out of play to create room for Dedenne and Crobat. And we didn't get that. Instead, we got the Crobat, but Dedenne would have been just fine. We needed those Scoop Up Nets, but unfortunately, our last 2 prize cards are Scoop Up Nets. I needed to create some space from these Jirachis. Our opponent was like, either like, oh, we just win because their Mew is prized, or my opponent was like, I don't think they can get this knockout. It turns out I actually just had knockout on board. I didn't realize I hadn't built Spite yet. I thought I had already built Spite. So I That's funny. Yeah, I didn't realize I had knock on a board. It looks like my opponent didn't realize either. Otherwise, they probably would have sent up the Jirachi, because this does open up a situation where I can knock out this Crobat and win the game theoretically. Now, if this thing survives, or if this thing gets an energy, it doesn't even need an energy. If it gets an energy, we just kind of lose. Like, if this thing has an energy, because they can Gale Thrust and they don't even need to switch back. There is the switch. Here comes the Gale Thrust. And then if they just have an energy for it next turn, just G-Max Rapid Flow gets the KO. There's the energy already. Here comes a Marnie. Another one to destroy our super cool, super nice hand, which is super unfortunate. The draw is not very good, and our Spiritomb is on the bottom of the deck. I have one level ball left, which is in the deck, confirmed. It wasn't in my hand. Send this up. Let's go with Warrior first. I'm going to try and Stellar into level ball. There's the level ball. We got the Spiritomb. Okay, step 1, get Spiritomb. Step 2, pretty sure we can't win. I don't think we do enough damage. So I think our game plan kind of has to be... I think it's what we're going to do. Spell Wish. Boss again, I guess, sure. We're just going to boss up the Crobat and hope it gets stuck. I think that's the only way we have a chance to win this game. I might be wrong. There might be something else that I'm not looking at here, but I'm pretty sure this is all we got. Now, if it does stick, I think we will win on the next turn. But the chance of it sticking, I'm also pretty sure, is extremely low and probably just not going to happen. They need an energy, a switch. They have a 6-card hand. It's not like I'm disrupting them. They have 3 switch, 2 escape rope left. There's the well played. So any energy would have worked as well. Or I guess not the Rapid Strike energy. Yeah, and here comes the Gale Thrust and knock out our Spiritomb. So a little bit of rough draw in the mid game. Couldn't find that Mew. I don't think I was greedy and not playing it down the turn before. Because if they had gotten the KO on the turn before, would have put us in a way worse spot. So I think holding off, giving ourselves a chance to punch whatever has the energy on it when they go for their knockout that turn is definitely best. But did not work out. And we end up with an L here in this one. But those are going to do it for the games with Spiritomb. If you guys liked them, give the video a like, enjoy the content. As always, give the video a like. And I will see you guys tomorrow.